and welcome to our YouTube channel. My name is Richard Purnell from The Mortgage Home, and we are your buy-to-let mortgage experts. Now, in this video, I want to talk about a sub 3% buy-to-let rate. Oh, I know that's got your attention, hasn't it? But is it too good to be true? Well, it might be, but it might not. It depends who you are. So before I get into the detail, please, if you haven't done already, do subscribe. It does give us that feedback that we're doing the right thing, getting the content about right. But it's also good for you because every time we drop some content, that means that we'll give you a little tap on the shoulder and you will never miss any of our education. Right, let's get on with the topic. So, sub 3% rates. There's a company called CHL, Capital Home Loans. They've been around since the late 80s, actually. So as a mortgage broker, we know them really well. Now, they did fall foul of the global financial crisis in 2008. But they resurfaced in 2021, supporting the buy-to-let market, supporting landlords. And we like them. They're quite innovative, but some of their products are not for everyone. Now, let me talk you through this particular product. Now, the headline rate, 2-year fixed, 2.56. Stunning until you see that next line. 7% arrangement fee. You say, whoa, 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 don't switch off, because two things. One, there'll be a small category of landlords that this will appeal to. And as a mortgage advisor, there will be people that I will be advising this year, this month, to take this product. And that just might be you. So just sit and listen and watch me explain this product a little bit more. Now, if this isn't for you, then I'm also going to be talking about, well, what are the best value for money products out there right now as well? So that by value for money, I mean, what's that blend of a low interest rate but reasonable fees, that combination that you... So please just watch this for a couple of minutes and then I'll get on to those other category of products. Now, back to this ridiculous deal at 2.56 with a 7% fee. So what does that mean in terms of an actual rate? Because there's smoke and mirrors going on. Well, what you should do as a rule of thumb, take that 7%, because it's a 2-year fixed, then divide 7% by 2. That's 3.5. Add your 3.5 to your 2.56, meaning that you're essentially paying an interest rate of 6.06. So that allows you to compare with other products out there. So that's a good rule of thumb to do it that way. But why do I say that it will appeal to some landlords? Because I know that there are still landlords out there that are hurting financially, that their portfolio is their only source of income. It's not a hobby. It's not a sideline where you've got other sources of income. You've got a job, you've got a trading business, you're employed elsewhere, you've got other income coming in. This is your only source of income. And as we all know, in the last few years, mortgage rates ratcheted up massively and rents couldn't go up at the same pace. So landlords were struggling to put money in the pocket to such an extent that, of course, some landlords were actually selling up the portfolio because they just couldn't cope. They couldn't pay the bills. They couldn't put food on the table. And that's still happening, maybe to a lesser extent, but I know that landlords are still out there, still trying to get parity, trying to get that rent up so that they can cover their mortgage and still make a living out of it. And this is a bridge. Allows us, this product, for a landlord to improve their cash flow situation. And if you are financially under a lot of pressure, it's causing, mental health issues, then this type of product could be an absolute godsend. So yes, of course, a 7% arrangement fee gets added to the debt. So yes, there's a bill to pay, but you're going to kick that can down the road. And as long as you understand that, you're going to be giving some of your equity away in the future, maybe when you refinance or sell the property, and you're okay with that. But for now, therefore, that means you end up paying a 2.56% rate. So what does that actually mean in pounds? Well, I've put an example here, assuming that mortgage is 100,000 quid. If you were paying a 6% interest rate, then that monthly payment would be just over 500 quid. And I get that. For most landlords where you've got decent cash flow coming in, as I said, this wouldn't appeal to you, then we can probably get better rates than that. But for that landlord that wants to improve the cash flow situation, so they're comfortable in adding that 7K to the debt, So you've actually got a £107,000 mortgage now. But from a day-to-day point of view, from a monthly mortgage perspective, you're paying 2.56. So that converts to a £228 a month payment, massively, substantially lower than that 505. It's saving £277 a month. And of course, that's on 100 grand. What if you had a 200 grand mortgage? Then double that saving to, 550 quid or more. So, it has its place, is what I'm saying. And for those who are really struggling with cash flow, then this might be something to seriously consider and could really get you out of a corner. Now, for the rest of you that just want that best blend, that best value for money, well, I had a look yesterday, and these are two that really caught my eye. Now, we've got TMW, we've got Birmingham Midshires, probably the top and the second biggest buy-to-let lender in the UK. And the headline rate, these are 5-year fixed, both of them, 3.77 and 3.74%. Both come with a 3% arrangement fee. So again, do that same maths, but this time you're dividing 3% by 5 because you've taken a 5-year deal, which is 0.6% a year. So add the 0.6 now to 3.77 and you get 4.37 or 4.34. So that's the sort of actual rate you would be paying for these 5-year deals. Now, the only thing I would add is, as you see with the Birmingham Midshires, they have a caveat that your property must have an EPC rating of A to C. You're going to see more of that. Yes, it's not law yet. Yes, Labour are consulting on whether they bring EPC minimum ratings of A to C in, which is why lots of lenders are on the front foot. They're trying to incentivize you as landlords to get your EPC rating up to an A to C so that you can be eligible for these better products. And Birmingham Midshires are clearly trying to do that. Just to finish off, if you want to chat through about any of these rates, about that cash flow product I just talked about with CHL, or indeed anything else about products that you might be interested in, so we can personalize it to you, then below this video in the comment section will be a link to our diary. Just book a convenient appointment, speak to the team, and we'll be happy to have a chat and give you some personalized advice so that you can make some informed decisions. Other than that, have a fantastic day.